Tārā who protects from the 8 dangers. While the Buddha is dwelling on top of Mount Meru, along with the goddess Tara and an assembly of gods, Tara warns the divine gathering about the various kinds of suffering endured by beings in each of the 6 realms of samsara. She explains that the fate of each being is the result of past negative actions, that virtuous conduct is the only way to avoid suffering in the future. Tara describes the path to liberation using a series of evocative metaphors and also offers a sacred dharani as a means to help others achieve liberation from samsara. She also outlines for recitation a praise of her myriad qualities, in particular of her ability to protect beings from the 8 dangers. Finally, she encourages the audience to read, practice, and share this teaching widely. The sutra can be divided into 3 sections. First, a concise teaching given by Tara on the suffering of samsara and the virtuous practices that will eradicate such suffering and lead to fortunate states. Second, a dharani that practitioners can employ as a method for advancing towards liberation. And finally, a praise to be recited to Tara. In this 3rd section, Tara is praised as an awakened protectress and requested to keep those who petition her safe from the 8 dangers. These dangers are identified in this text as lions, elephants, fire, snakes, robbers, waters, infectious diseases, and demons. These final verses, in which Tara's ability to protect beings from the 8 dangers is described, and thus what lend the text its title. There is, to our knowledge, no extant Sanskrit version of this sutra, nor is there a Chinese version recorded in the Taisho Buddhist canon. It is also not found in the Denkarma or Pangtangma, which are Tibetan Imperial Translation inventories. The translation has no colophon, so we do not know who the translators were, nor do we have knowledge of any other circumstances surrounding the translation into Tibetan. The text was previously being introduced and translated into English by Martin Wilson. The English translation presented here is based on the Tibetan version in the Dege Kangol, in consultation with the comparative text and the Lhasa Kangol edition. Homage to the 3 jewels. Homage to the Venerable Lady Tara. Homage to the Blessed Shakyamuni. Thus did I hear at one time. The Blessed One was dwelling in the realm of gods atop Mount Meru. At that time, the goddess Tara, who was in the assembly, spoke the following words. Now that you have reached the jewel-like higher realm, you should understand actions and their results. Adhere to the good and abandon the bad. For those who engage in evil actions will plunge downward when they pass from this world. Animals dull and mute devour one another. They climb and descend up and down on the abysmal path of toil. Terrified and afraid, they tremble in panic as their dreadful suffering defies imagination. Pretas suffer from hunger and thirst, their bodies deformed. If food and drink should appear, it is guarded by others. And even if they consume a little, it turns into fire and swords. Their suffering from hunger and thirst defies imagination. Those beings who are born in the hell realms are powerlessly led by Yama's henchmen. Burned and boiled, they are sliced asunder by swords. Their suffering from heat and cold is unbearable. Thus those who commit evil deeds in this life are committing a great injury to themselves. They will be tormented by intense suffering for many eons, with no chance to escape and no means of enduring it. Keep this clearly in mind and understand the results of actions. Otherwise, you will sow your own unbearable suffering and lament. Even others will be frightened by the terrible din of your agonized screams, for these kinds of sufferings are beyond imagination. Whoever understands such grave faults will abandon the causes of the three lower realms. Wherever evil manifests, subtle or coarse, act swiftly by way of body, speech and mind. You will then be happy and offer help to all beings. You will give up attachment, aversion and ignorance and strengthen the root of compassion. You will practice virtue, striving avidly with body, speech and mind, and endeavour in this most profound quintessence. The fruit of a flower overcome by frost, although cultivated, will produce no sprouts. Likewise, those who transgress their vows and entertain doubts may practice the most profound of vidya mantras, thinking, blessings will come, but this is impossible. Their efforts amount to meaningless hardship. Their vidya mantra become like the prattle of common folk, and their absorption resembles the musings of a child. But if people without fault practice vidya mantras, they shall swiftly accomplish whatever they desire. Minute though it is, the seed of the banyan tree, well moistened with water and manure, within 7 months can grow as much as a league. If there can be so much change in outer matter, what need to speak of accomplishing knowledge with knowledge? The inner change of luminosity is beyond all measure. If one relies on a merchant who knows the way and sets out to sea in an excellent ship, one will find whatever riches are desired and sail smoothly back to one's home. If one relies on love, compassion, joy and equanimity, and practices virtue endowed with the mind of awakening, one will set out on a truly perfect path and be sure to reach the land of wisdom. When an arrow is released from a person's fingers, it has certainly been shot, even if one thinks otherwise. When a person fully comprehends the meaning of reality, the other shore has been reached, even if one thinks otherwise. Once the aspects of conduct are naturally perfected, the fruit of Buddhahood will undoubtedly be attained. When the pristine nature of reality is realized, there is no self, no life force, and also no termination of life force. There is no action and no ripening of action. The extremes are abandoned and one is liberated. In order for you to realize that goal, Devotedly recite this quintessence as I proclaim it. If you do, the evil deeds of 3 incalculable eons will be eradicated. The 3 lower realms and all the suffering of samsara will be purified, and the obscurations will be cleared away. The meaningful quintessence is as follows. Om Bodhisattva, Great Lady, Goddess, protect us. Om Nama Arya Avalokiteshvaraya Bodhisattvaya Mahasattvaya Mahakarunikaya Tārāṣṭa. Om Dhāraṇī Re Shavadustan Pradustan Mamakrite Jambaya Stambaya Mohaya Bandaya Hum 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 Pat 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 Swaha. Nama Arya Avalobhaya Nara Bodhisattva Mahasattvani Adhisthana Adhishtite Mama Sharva Karma Varana Savabhava Sude Vishude Shodaya Vishodaya Hum Pat Swaha. Then the goddess, who is herself the embodiment of Buddhahood, is praised. Lady who acts with immense compassion for the good of beings, you have all the major and minor marks and are bedecked with precious substances. Your smile is ravishing, your countenance is joyful, and your eyes are like flax blossoms. Your ears are like blossoming trumpet flowers, your nose is like a lotus bud, your mouth is like a mallow in full bloom. You have a sparkling body and the figure of a young maiden. Your speech is like a kalavinka bird proclaiming the Dharma. Your compassionate mind guards all beings with love. Your left hand holds a lotus, for you are unstained by samsara's flaws. Your right hand grants protection to all beings to fulfill their aims. You are seated on the sun and moon of method and wisdom. Venerable Lady Tara, we take refuge in you. Protect us from the great abyss of samsara. As we circle within the 6 transmigrations, may you secure us with your noose of great compassion. As we go astray into the 3 lower realms, may you place us on a path free from straying. As we are born into families with wrong views, please introduce us to teachers who possess the mind of awakening, lest we encounter unwholesome teachers. You protect us from the 8 dangers: lions, elephants, fire, snakes, robbers, waters, infectious diseases, and demons. We pay homage to you, in this world and in others as well. Protect us from these 8 dangers. Until we have reached our goal, the other shore, may we make the 10 perfections of generosity, moral conduct, patience, diligence, concentration, insight, method, aspiration, strength, and wisdom our inseparable allies. Sons and daughters of noble family should write down this teaching, read it, recite it, understand it, contemplate it correctly, and explain it extensively to others. At her words, the whole assembly rejoiced and offered praise. This completes the Sutra, Venerable Lady Tara, who protects from the 8 dangers. May the merits of this practice be dedicated to all Tara practitioners from the 3 times and 10 directions. May those who are passionate about invoking the blessings of the noble Lady Tara continue to flourish the seeds of bodhicitta within the spaces where bodhicitta has already been flourished. And may the unity of our practice of invoking the noble Lady Tara sow the seeds of bodhicitta in those spaces that are starved and calling for the swift blessings of the great protectress mother, the noble Lady Tārā. If you enjoyed meditating with this Sutra of Tārā Who Protects us from the 8 dangers, don't forget to like and subscribe, and please share this video with anybody who is passionate about the work of Tārā. Please also comment below about your own experiences of working with the Great Protectress. Let's keep sowing bodhicitta seeds together.